Hey guys, it's me, RST, and it's time for us to start the guide series. Today we're going to start with my new favorite weapon, the dual blades. This is going to be what I'm maining so far in Rise. It is by far for sure my favorite weapon. Yesterday I made a build video, and in the videos normally I cover the switch skills, but I decided, people might want to know more than just the switch skills, and instead of it being a build slash guide video, I'm going to start separating them. So there will be a build video, and then there will be a guide video shortly after. So this is going to go over everything, all the switch skills, both variations, how you should use them, when you should use them, and the basic combos of the actual weapons. So with that being said, let's get right into today's video. Alright guys, it is time to start the guide. So I'm going to have all the timestamps in the description, and I'm also going to try and put on the screen what we are currently talking about. So starting off, we're going to talk about the general play of the weapon that is the dual blades. What makes them so good is their speed and their ability to keep up with the monster better than any other weapon. I'd say they just barely edge out the sword and shield. But the reason why these are so good is because they do such low damage with each individual hit, but there's so many hits themselves that you're going to be doing a whole lot of damage racked up. As you see, they're very fast and there's low in lag. If I hit them and I want to go this way, I can do that. It's what makes them so good. So that's going to be kind of our basic playstyle. It's kind of not really a hit and run, but just a stay on the monster and using all of our other abilities, just kind of keeping the pressure on. First thing we're going to talk about that's very important to the dual blades is dodging. I'm going to show you guys some stuff that we're going to talk about here in a little bit, but so this is our dodge if we are not powered up. You'll see what I mean by powered up here in just a minute. So this is our demon mode. First of all, look at how fast we are. We are very, very, very fast. It's actually pretty crazy how fast we are. I believe it's actually, I think, about the same speed or maybe slightly faster than straight up running, which is pretty crazy. That's one advantage of the dual blades is again, they're so very, very, very fast. But my dodge goes from a roll to a kind of little side step or kind of forward dash. So that's one advantage. Say that we're fighting the monster right here and he's about to hit us. Dodge, dodge, get into a different position. It doesn't have hardly as many iframes, like it's very, very, very few, so it's harder to iframe through things, even with evade window, but you're going to be able to reposition and move a lot quicker. Like you see how snappy it is? So that's one of our advantages. So again, the dodging is what's really going to set the dual blades apart from everything else. There's stuff that has hops, but they don't have this kind of dash. At least I can't think of any other weapons that do. So that's one big advantage. That's without evade extender. One build type that you can make is an evade extender dual blades build. And when I tell you you are faster than anything else, you're faster than Palamutes. I'm almost 100% positive. I tested it a little bit. It was kind of hard to tell for sure, but I'm pretty sure you are faster than Palamutes. The only issue is your stamina drain. The way that you're able to tell if you're in regular mode, archdemon mode, or demon mode is by looking at the top left next to the sharpness gauge. So first of all, we are in nothing right now. Hit right trigger and we go into demon mode, so that's why the sword is glowing. Then if we rack up enough damage on that to where the white turns into red, then we can now stop our demon mode and we are in archdemon mode. So that's why our dash is still like this, all that stuff, but we slowly drain that gauge. So there's 3 different modes without talking about these switch skills yet. So that is how you are able to tell the difference. Now we're going to talk about our X combos. First of all, if we hit X once, we get double slash. If we hit it twice, we get double slash into double slash return stroke. If we hit it 3 times, double slash return stroke into circle slash. So that's our basic combo. You can just do 1 hit, obviously roll out, do 2 hits, or if you've got a pretty good opening, you can do all 3. But the third X, the circle slash, is a little bit more committal. Now onto our A attacks with no power-ups. Just pressing A is going to be our lunging strike. So this is our kind of go forward and start the initial attack on the monster. So say you're right here, you're kind of waiting for an opening. Lunging strike in, go into your X's or do your A's. So if you do lunging strike into A, you'll do your left round slash. You can do it over and over again. That's typically not how you want to play it though. You typically want to do this into your X's. The left round slash, or if you hold right and do A, you'll do the right round slash. Those aren't terrible, but they're kind of very niche. So typically what you're going to want to do if you are not powered up, which again you will almost never be, is A into your X's, just for however long you want to do that. On to where we're going to be spending a lot more of our time, the demon mode. Now onto where we're going to be spending the majority of our time, if not almost the majority, is demon mode. So here we have a different move set. Our stamina does drain slowly. I've got my pedal ace maxed out right now, so it's normally quite a bit of stamina drain. I would recommend finding a way to get some kind of constitution or stamina surge on your build, or use as many dash juices as you can to keep uptime on that, because you're going to want to be in this mode if possible, or the alternative we're going to talk about later. Again, the advantages of this mode is you are very, very, very fast. You have faster attacks that do more damage, and you're going to be able to dodge more quickly in the quicker method, and also you will charge up your meter in order to get Archdemon mode. First, we're going to talk about our X combos again, so here we go. First is Demon Fangs. It's just a one hit. Pretty quick, dodge really quickly. Now, usually with dual blades, you're not going to have that short of an opening. Usually you can do 2 or 3 hits, but from Demon Fang we go into the 2-fold Demon Slash, so a 1 hit and 2, and then from there we go into the 6-fold Demon Slash. So that's gonna be our basic combo. So say the monster does a really committal attack, X, 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 get out of there. Next is again our A attack. So these are gonna be what we kind of use to initiate. So instead of our regular attack, we get Demon Flurry Rush. This is very strong. It actually does a pretty good amount of damage and sends you pretty far. So you can go from there, again, into your X's. So that's typically what you're going to want to do, is run around, wait for an opening, A, X, X, get out of there. Alternatively, you can go from A into A twice to do either a Demon Flurry Rush, left round slash, left double round slash, or a Demon Flurry Rush, right round slash, right double round slash. Again, same thing with normal mode. Those aren't really going to be something you're wanting to go for. They don't do that much more damage, if any more damage than the X combos, and they are more committal. So I would recommend going from A into X basically every single time. Finally, the last difference between demon mode and regular mode is going to be if you hit X and A, your blade dance. Now, I'm sure a lot of people who have used dual blades in the past remember this move. This is your kind of, the monster's down, you want to do a lot of damage on one part. If you're able to hit all your hits, it's going to do a lot of damage. So that move is very good, but again, you're going to need a long opening, and you cannot cancel at any point. I'm spamming roll. This is a very committal move, but it does a lot of damage in a lot of spots really quickly. And especially with dual blades being such a good elemental build, you're seeing it's doing about 16 hits. So that is a lot of elemental damage. Really, really, really good. Now, onto our third mode before we talk about our switch skills is Archdemon mode. So this is whenever you are not using your stamina, you're not in demon mode, but your bar is red, and so it's charged up. We're going to go A first this time, as that is the way that you initiate. A in is Demon Flurry Rush again. And then again, you can do A into A, but this time, if you're not in demon mode, you can't do your double left round slash or double right round slash. It's again like it's a mix between normal mode where you only have 2 A hits and demon mode, because you're gonna have your demon mode moves. Now, if you do your X combos, we have double slash into double slash, return slope into circle slash. So it's your regular attacks, but they're stronger. So that's the combo right there. Another thing you can do, as you just saw with the turn slash, is if you're in demon mode or archdemon mode, you can do a direction and X, and that will keep your combo going, as you will dodge in that direction while doing an attack. If it's just the right or left, you do the side slash. If it's backwards or forwards, then you do the turn slash. So you can just spam X over and over again and hit the monster. But again, if you're gonna have a big opening like that, typically you want to use your Demon Flurry or your Blade Dance. So finally, as you guys just saw, if you do X and A in Archdemon mode, you get Demon Flurry. And then if you hit it again, you get Demon Flurry 2, hit it again, Demon Flurry 3. And because you're not getting the negative of draining your stamina with demon mode that it gives you in return attack damage, you're not going to do as much damage. So typically, if you're going to want to do a committal move in place, you're going to want to go demon mode real quick and then Blade Dance. So that's going to be it for our 3 modes without talking about any switch skills. Now we're going to go into our Silkbind moves. The first Silkbind move is the Piercing Bind. So you stab a kunai into the monster. It has very short range, is the only issue with it. Then no matter where you attack it, it will do extra hits where the kunai was stabbed, and eventually after 3 or 4 seconds explode. So this one is really good for just straight up a DPS increase, because obviously it's like getting another hit on all of your moves. And then whenever it explodes, it does quite a good amount of damage and gives you a lot of mounting damage. I've also found that this move has extra part break damage, because a lot of times I will poke it into a monster on the initial down. Say I come in with a mount or something, and I will pretty much always, on that initial down I get from the mount, if I do 2 piercing binds, I will get a break on whatever part I was attacking, whether it be a tail, a head, anything like that. So it is really, really, really good, and I recommend you guys use this one a lot. Our second move is going to be the Shrouded Vault. So it's a quick little dash, but it has an extra benefit. It's basically Adept style from GU. If you do it through a move, then you will get the Adept dodge. So if I can do it really close to him, it actually does a pretty good amount of damage. Let's see, 422 off that one dodge. When I tell you guys this is easy to hit, watch how close to the actual move I can hit it. It's basically instant. I'll put some gameplay up and you guys will probably see. I mean, pretty much every time that I hit it, like I hit it right as I hit the button. Let's see how close I can get it. So you see, you don't even actually see me, you don't see or hear me shoot out the silk bug yet, or the wire bug, but you still see the move come out. So I don't even have to actually shoot out the wire bug. It's the second that the move activates, the second that you hit it, is the second that the attack will come out. So it's very strong. It has a really quick recovery, so I spam this. Any move that I see that I think I can dodge through, I will do it, even if I don't need to risk it, because the thing I love about this move is you're either going to dodge through something or you're going to straight up avoid it. Like there will be a lot of attacks where a monster jumps above me, and I will just throw it out, and I will either go past their move and don't get hit, or I will dodge through it and hit them as well. So it's very strong. If you're ever in danger, you can honestly just throw out this move and you're pretty much safe. So it's really, really, really nice. Okay, now we're going to get into our switch skills. So I'm going to show you guys all of them before we actually talk about them. So our 3 options are changing the Demon Flurry Rush, which is your A attack in Demon mode, as you can see on under controls, into Demon Flight. So we're going to go with that one. We're going to change Demon mode to Feral Demon mode. So the differences are you will actually attack while dodging, but you don't move as fast. But you also get a 20% base damage increase. So I will be able to show you guys in the status menu. You actually just straight up get a damage boost. So I highly recommend this one. And finally, I'm going to show you guys this one, but I personally do not use it. It is the Tower Vault instead of the Piercing Bind. For our first switch skill, we have the Demon Flight, which replaces the Demon Flurry Rush. So before, you would just do a lunge forward with a couple slashes. Now you hit A, and as it says, Aerial Demon Flurry. So you Demon Flight into Aerial Demon Flurry. First of all, before we even actually get into what you can do out of it, it does great damage. And again, because it's so many hits, it does really good elemental damage. So look, if I can hit the head, basically without doing anything else, you're going to do around 300 damage. Now, out of this attack, we have 2 options. The first one is going to be A into X. So our mid-air round slash. Let's see if we can get it on the meat of the dummy. So there's a lot of attacks. It just kind of keeps you in place, kind of gets you to slowly go down while slashing. So it's really good. Our other option is the midair spinning blade dance. So that's the move where, if you've seen it before, you can do it off of ledges. I don't remember exactly how you did it in World, but if you do it in Demon mode off of that, then you do the Beyblade or the Attack on Titan, Levi versus Beast Titan move, where you go down the monster's spine. So A into A. So that one is really good on long monsters. Whenever I'm farming Almudron, I use it a lot because he's so long, you get so much damage. You probably get about 800 damage just by going down his spine, and it just feels really cool, if we're being honest. So I like this a lot more than the regular one. The only problem is that, say, again, because I'm trying to counter so much, a lot of times I'll go up into the air and then the monster will roar and I can't actually dodge because I'm in the air, obviously, especially if I hit X. If you don't hit anything, you go down fairly quickly, but that is one of the only disadvantages. One other advantage of this is it's pretty short, but you do actually have an invincibility. So as you saw right there, that move would have hit me. See, so there you go. When you actually hit the attack, right then you are invincible. So that's why I'm going through that right there. Normally that would definitely hit me. Let's see if I just stand right here. See, that would definitely hit me normally, but whenever you do the actual attack, you are invincible for just a second. So that is one advantage of this. Also, on the going down the spine move, I cannot remember the name, it's long, the mid-air spinning blade dance, that is only actually what you do if you are in demon or feral demon mode. So if I'm just in archdemon mode, you can see I just do a spinning blade dance finisher, which means that I just kind of do a move forward. This one's still very strong. I typically use this move if I don't have stamina, but I'm trying to get to the monster's head, for example. Say that it just did an attack and went past me and I hit its tail and I want to go to its head. I'll do that to get to its head, go into feral demon mode or whatever, and continue to attack. So that's going to be it for demon flight. Next, it is time to talk about demon mode. So we are going to take a look. First of all, this is my attack with my Petal Ace maxed out. So since I have the Demon Petal Ace equipped, my true raw attack is 185. But this is going to give us a 20% boost. See, 239. So they gave us an extra 24 by being in feral demon mode. That's why I highly suggest this one. You can see you're not nearly as fast, but everything else other than you attack while dodging is basically the same. But again, you do so much more damage. I really do think that it is worth it. So we're going to look at our combos in this mode. They should be fairly similar. I don't remember them being that different, but we're going to take a look. So our triple X combo is going to be the Demon Flings into 2-fold slash into the 6-fold slash again. So just like demon mode, it's the same. If we go into feral demon mode and we don't have the demon flight equipped and we just have the regular demon flurry slash, that is still our A combo. So A into A into A, just like regular demon mode. So see, they're very similar. And then finally, if we do our X and A, it's still blade dance. So there's only a few differences, but I do think that they are worth the switch. All right, so for our final switch skill, instead of piercing bind, we change it to tower vault. Now, straight up, to give you guys my recommendations, since we're getting close to the end of the video and that is the last switch skill, I personally run demon flight, feral demon mode, and piercing bind. I do prefer the damage, and since you can already get into the air with demon flight, I really don't find this one that useful. It does look quite cool, but basically you do left trigger and X, and you fly up into the air. You can do your X. If you're in feral demon mode, you can do your mid-air round slash. If you do A, you can do your mid-air spinning blade dance. So literally all it is I really like dual blades, but I feel like this is not a very good switch skill because it's the exact same options as demon flight, except for you don't have to hit the monster, but that's really not that hard, and I do not find that it is worth a wire bug. So I mean, you know, you do get quite a bit higher, but I really don't ever find myself missing either one of those attacks. And especially if I'm going to do the X variation, why would I go up to the monster instead of having a better version of my advancing attack, do tower vault, and then that one, it sends you too far forward. It's just, in my opinion, it's just a worse version of the demon flight. So that's going to be it for the switch skills. Final thing that I'm going to touch on, guys, is I'm going to let you guys know how I play. So let's switch back to my regular switch skills. So I'm just going to give you guys a few scenarios. Scenario number one, because this is how I start off a lot of my fights, is especially if Rajang's on the map, I will go get a wyvern ride. What I will typically do is whenever you get launched off the monster you're wyvern riding, in order for them to do their punisher, I typically wire bug directly to the head, go feral demon mode in the air because it is quicker and you're not standing there. And in case I didn't already clarify, you do attacks when you go into the mode. So I'll actually wire bug directly to their head, go feral demon mode from the air, and then once I'm at their head, I will do a piercing bind. Now look, after you do the move, if I wanted to do my demon mode, you see how I'm missing a couple of those hits? Usually, especially if the monster's thrashing around, you'll actually miss a lot more than that. So my typical thing to do is, again, wire bug to the head or the tail, depending on which one you want to break. But usually you can instantly break one in the wyvern ride down. So piercing bind, do your dash since it does hits, and then demon mode. And typically, especially on Almadron, you can kind of headlock him. Like the second that he gets up, he will get knocked over because his head will break. And then you either dash forward or wire bug forward and do the same thing. Piercing bind. And you can go feral demon mode after you do the piercing bind as your attack. It brings you just slightly forward, so that would also probably work. But typically, I'm already in feral demon mode. So another example is going to be, I'm just walking around. What I like to do is partially because it feels satisfying. You know, I'm not a speedrunner yet, at least. So I don't go for, you know, I've got to be hitting the monster the whole time. That is what makes me like dual blades. But typically if I'm fighting a monster, especially say something like Tigrex, and I know that they can do some pretty quick moves, I kind of just wait around in feral demon mode or regular mode and get ready to counter. Because typically you will get a knockdown off of a couple of counters, you know, and then you can start to go ham on the monster. Or I'll just kind of dart in and out, wait, say that they do something, say they do a tail slam like it's Nargacuga and I didn't counter, say like I just didn't have a thing, dash to the side, and then, you know, attack it. So that's just kind of my like playstyle whenever nothing's happening. I'm not like they're not knocked over, and I'm not like knocked over, you know, if that makes any sense. And then so yeah, so I just typically the way I initiate is, so say that they whiff something, they do a long attack and they miss on me, demon flight in. If I want to attack the spot that's right below me, then midair round slash. Say that I like attack their tail and I want to get to the head, then that's whenever I'll go for the midair spinning blade dance. I think DPS wise it is worse than the spinning one in the spot, the X move. So I typically try to stay where I'm already at, but again, say it's like a Nargacuga tail slam and I want to go for its head for some reason, then that's where I would do my demon flight into my A in order to get over to its head. Once it gets on the ground, you see it does a couple moves where it actually attacks. So if you can somehow space it perfectly, say they like move forward as you finish it, you will get a lot of hits and a lot of damage. So basically, dart in and out, kind of look for an opening. I honestly don't use piercing bind probably as much as I should. I typically only use it if I've got an opening. It's the only thing that sucks about dual blades is the range. Like, let's see, I mean, I don't think that actually this will like barely hit from right here. See, so it just barely got the tip. If I were to do it from like right here, I don't think it'll get it. Yeah, see how close I am to that, and it still won't. Basically, you got to be pretty confident you can get the spot. And if you get it in a bad hit zone, it does almost nothing. Like, it'll do like 4 per hit, which again, you know, damage is damage, but I don't think it's worth the Silkbind. I like having as many bugs up as possible so that I can always counter. Again, if I've got a bug, I constantly feel safe because most monsters, this counter is so easy to do. Counter, dodge, or dodge, whatever. You guys know what I mean. It's so easy for me to do because it's so instant that like I feel perfectly safe, if I'm being honest, anytime I do it. I've fought almost every single monster with dual blades now, and I'm pretty good at making sure I've got wire bugs up. So I don't get super duper duper fast times, but I feel like they're definitely my cleanest runs are with the dual blades. So to kind of finish with the modes, you instantly, as soon as you get into battle, hopefully you have some kind of way to knock them out easily. Your sword will charge up very quickly in the top left, so you should always either be in feral demon mode or archdemon mode. It should be fairly easy for you to keep uptime on them. In my opinion, if your gauge is basically above a quarter, your stamina gauge, you should probably be in feral demon mode, but I always try and save some to where if I need to dodge, whether it's this dodge or the roll, because, you know, obviously if you get too low and you commit to something too hard, then you're kind of out of luck. So basically, go around, be in feral demon mode as much as possible, demon flight, either X or A, dash out, do a counter, all of that stuff. So I just try and use my Silkbinds a lot. I think that's what's making me like dual blades a lot, is the flow with the Silkbinds and everything. But that is basically going to be it. If I've got a combo, like say I do this and they get knocked over, X, do all my X combos, just chain them into each other by doing the directions and things like that, you know, you can just do it over and over again, or blade dance. So yeah, that is basically going to be it, guys. I'm sure since it's such a like a complicated weapon in some ways, I'm sure we'll miss something. I just was trying to go over the basics here so that you guys can know every single aspect, every single move. But let me know in the comments below if I did miss anything, and I will make sure I respond to you and answer your question. But that is going to be it for the video, guys. I really hope that this will help you guys play dual blades. Again, went from, no joke, my least favorite weapon to my favorite. So I really hope you guys enjoyed as much as I do, and I really hope this guide helps. Everybody have a great day, and I will see you later.